Okay, so today's video I want to talk about the equation feature in Office 2013. In this case, specifically Word 2013. So this is a feature I believe they added back in 2010, but without using the feature, I would like to do 1/2 plus 3/5 equals x, let's say, okay? So without using the feature, I type 1/2 and it converts it into this little symbol fraction, which kind of look kind of nice. So I'm going to do plus, and then I'm going to do 3/5, just like I did the 1/2, okay? And again a space, but this time it doesn't convert it. And then I could do equals x. Now, you could argue that that is going to do the job, and sure, it might, right? I'm not going to argue that with you. There is a better way, however, okay? And there's a better way as of Word 2010, I believe. And where you're going to find this equation feature is on the Insert tab. So if you go to the Insert tab of your ribbon, on the far right, there's going to be a button there that says Equation. Now, because I make my screen a bit smaller, so this video looks a little better on YouTube here, mine's being grouped. So it says Symbols, and then I have one here called Equation. So if I click that, it says Type an equation here. So I'm just going to do this very similar to the last time. I'm going to do 1/2. As soon as I hit spacebar, it converts it for me. It looks nice. Now I'm going to add an extra space in there. Do plus space, and I'm going to do 3/5. As soon as I hit space, converts it for me. Now that looks nice and clean as far as an equation goes, especially compared to this. So even with a basic equation, this can be really handy. Now, if I wanted to add in, let's say, another fraction, I've done them just by typing in the number slash another number, and then it converts it for me. Keep in mind, you could use the Design tab that's now popped up when you're in your equation. The Design tab has a whole bunch of symbols I can insert now, and one of them is called fraction. So I could put in an empty fraction here, and then I can fill in the numbers that I would like to use. Okay? Now, this, of course, is a little bit slower, I find, than actually just typing them in. So typing them in is going to work just as well. Okay? I'm going to go back to my original. Now, I'm going to talk about inserting pre-done equations. So here I have my cursor where I like, let's say, the area of a circle. Okay? So my cursor is blinking. I'm going to go to the Insert tab. I'm going to go back to Equation. Now, instead of just clicking the Equation button, I'm going to click the little drop-down arrow below it, and look, we have area of a circle right there. We have all these other pre-done formulas, as well as one that says more equations from office.com, and there's a lot of them. Okay? So we can access a whole bunch of equations without having to recreate them ourselves. So let's say I wanted the area of a circle. I click it, and it puts it in. One thing I want you to look out for is if you wanted to modify this equation, so let's say I go to click my cursor at the end, okay? See how it's highlighted the 2, or my cursor's just on the other side of the 2 in this case? This technically is not the end of the formula. It's in that superscript, essentially, for the 2. So if you use your arrow keys, just make sure you get your cursor to the end of the equation. You can actually tell because you see the highlight changes there, okay? That's the end of your equation. You can get there with the arrow key. And then I could add in whatever pieces I'd want from the Design tab. We could add in a fraction. We could add in anything we would like. So that's a brief introduction to the equation feature you have in Word. And if you deal with equations on a regular basis, well, this is going to be very helpful.